Good afternoon, everybody. Pastor Joseph here on a beautiful afternoon at Hills Church. It's glorious up here on the hill with today's Spirit Lift. I want to talk to you today about the idea of desire and spirituality. We talked here in the last few Spirit Lifts about taking care of your spirituality, taking care of your soul and what that might mean. And I wanted to suggest today that when you think about desire, that's not something people normally think about with spirituality. We normally have a negative view of spirituality and desire, the 7 deadly sins, lust and gluttony and all that kind of thing. Yet, there is a positive sense of desire. C.S. Lewis talked about it in his books, and you can see it in Ignatian spirituality and in other forms of spirituality, creation spirituality, and many of the contextual spiritualities of recent years. But I want to talk to you about it from a secular perspective first, and then talk about the Christian perspective real briefly here. What are the great moments in movie history? The great moments in Casablanca, the one everybody always remembers, is the Ingrid Bergman and Humphrey Bogart saying goodbye to one another on the tarmac at the airport. One of these days you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life. What's the great moment from the Titanic movie? What does everybody always imitate? The two lovers standing on the prow of the ship. I'm the king of the world, right? What are the exciting moments that get people interested in movies today? Whether it's Star Wars or the Marvel movies, there's always that moment when the hero actually does something that is just beyond what's written on the page of the script. The moment where the hero does something that is just so memorable and so important that it sticks in your mind and stays there forever. So for some people that's Iron Man and the Avengers, for some that's Spider-Man, for some it's, like I said, Star Wars. And the reason people are drawn to those is because they're the moments in life that we want, the moments when we feel most fulfilled, when we feel like we're the king or queen of the world, when we're on top of the world, when we're walking on sunshine or floating on the top of the clouds. And I believe that is what Christian spirituality is about, finding and labeling those moments. The reason that Jesus' message was so well received by people was because it was a message of finding where those important moments were. Peter, James, and John, fishermen who were hard-working, work-a-day people who spent long hours and long nights and back-breaking work of fishing. Jesus promised them something about fulfilling their desires, that it's not all about working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and then dying, but it's about more than that. It's about living in such a way that every moment is precious and powerful. That's what spirituality is all about. Sometimes we get this impression that spirituality is about removing yourself into a closet, and Jesus does talk about praying in the closet, but he does that so that you don't get boastful. But sometimes we feel like it's a removal from the world. That's not really an accurate definition of spirituality, except in a very, very narrow sense. Spirituality, at least Christian spirituality, is about entering into this world and seeing the desires and beauty and holiness of everything that we encounter. so that we can note those moments when we are indeed on the top of the world. We can note those moments when things have bottomed out and we have received a gift we didn't even know we needed. That's what spirituality is all about. So I invite you to think of those moments in movies that you remember because they have moved you. And then think back over the last month. Maybe that's too short of a time period. Maybe the last decade. And see those moments, look for them, label them, write about them somewhere. Tell someone about them. And let them know about how those moments moved you. And there you'll find the raw material for your spirituality. Love you all and miss you all. See you soon.